Greetings and complications, my dear friends. Welcome to another video on our channel. You're watching GMT-3, the channel that makes complications simple. Welcome, like this video, leave a comment and subscribe. In today's video, we have another episode of our series, The 100 Watches That Shaped the World. In this series, you will get to know the 100 most iconic watches that have been with us during crucial moments in our history and shaped humanity as it is today. Today's video, Rolex Oyster. Yes, my dear friends, Hans Wilsdorf's creation exactly 100 years ago changed the history of watchmaking as we know it today. The year is 1926. At that time, watches did not have good sealing. A very common cause of watches breaking was the entry of particles, dust, water, sweat. In short, the watches didn't have any sealing that could protect the watch, the movement from the elements, for example. Hans Wilsdorf in 1926 revolutionized the watchmaking industry by launching his Oyster case, making it practically immune to particles. There were already some watches that aimed to have this kind of resistance, especially regarding water, but none of them achieved the quality that Rolex did when it launched the Oyster case in 1926. What was Hans Wilsdorf's big idea? Wilsdorf, he took the shape of the case and made everything attached to it screw down. The case back screwed down, the crown screwed down, and even the bezel that secured the crystal to the case screwed down as well. That way, he created a practically hermetically sealed case, making this case design iconic to this day. This case was so famous that it still gives its name to the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. The case designs from Rolex are still called Oyster, sealed like an oyster. And the story doesn't end there. I think one of the greatest moves with the Oyster case was the way Hans Wilsdorf introduced it to the market. This case was created in 1926, the first watch with a gold case. It was 33 millimeters, quite small. Only 2 years later did he release a 35mm version, but in 1926, Hans Wilsdorf made a move that endures to this day. This story is still told today, 100 years after it happened. There was a British swimmer, Mercedes Gleitz, and Hans Wilsdorf invited her to cross the English Channel wearing a Rolex Oyster around her neck. Said and done, Mercedes Gleitz put the watch around her neck and set out to make the English Channel crossing. She didn't manage to finish. In that attempt, when she was wearing the Rolex Oyster, she didn't complete the crossing. She still had about 5 kilometers left, and she stopped due to exhaustion. But anyway, the watch made it to the other side working. A committee handed it to her, to Mercedes. This committee wound up the watch, and Mercedes Gleitz crossed the English Channel using this watch, right? At the point when she got on the boat, the committee confirmed that the watch was still working. And Hans's big move was that he simply published this news in all the newspapers. He bought an entire newspaper page to put this advertisement about Mercedes Gleitz's achievement. Yes, not only was the Rolex Oyster born, but also its reputation as an extremely robust watch. Another interesting fact, Rolex used the Oyster case feature so much that it was common in stores to have the watch submerged inside aquariums. Aquariums, even with goldfish. Goldfish inside, and the watch would stay in there working. This Rolex advertisement lasted until the 1960s. I think 1964 was the last time a Rolex ad came out with a watch inside an aquarium and little fish swimming around it. Now take a look at this ad. And it was cool that this feature was so celebrated by Rolex that they even made the aquariums themselves. So it was common for you to walk into certain watch stores and see an aquarium made by Rolex with a watch inside. Working inside, and also with the little fish swimming around, and of course showing the time on the Rolex Oyster Perpetual. The 100 watches that shaped humanity. In today's episode, you learned about the fascinating history of the Rolex Oyster and its fame that endures to this day. I want to ask you, which watch should be featured in this series? Leave your answer in the comments section and I'll read and reply to you. And who knows, maybe your suggestion will be featured in our series about the 100 watches coming soon, the Brazil Watch Show on August 21st and 22nd. Have you already bought your ticket for the WTC in Sao Paulo? Come on, my brother, click the link too. Go to Simpla and get your ticket. The biggest watchmaking event in Latin America. I'll be there waiting to give you a hug along with all the key figures in watchmaking from our country. They'll be there to celebrate 2 days dedicated to our national watchmaking scene. Brazil Watch Show, August 21st and 22nd, WTC. Guys, big hug. I really hope you enjoyed this video and this interesting tidbit. May God always bless you more and more. And of course, I'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye.